Hello and welcome, my friends. This is Jennifer from Mystic Star. I want to welcome you guys to my next Tarot 101 series. I wanted to explore the art of tarot in 2021, hence my series Tarot 101. I want to support my friends in learning this amazing art so they can use this as another tool in their repertoire to help them overcome and foresee some of those challenges that we're going to be facing. These videos I want to keep down to 10-15 minutes so that you can utilize these videos so that these videos don't bog you down or overwhelm you with a lot of information. Tarot, it has a lot of symbolism and lore behind it, and that knowledge can get overwhelming. It can slow people down and cause stagnation and frustration when it comes to reading. I will link the series here so that if this is your first video and you're new to my channel, you can go back and get some back history on tarot. We've explored how to start off, we've explored some myths, and, well, getting going on this adventure of reading. In this video, what I want to explore are the different suits. Here we have the major arcana, and that magician is an iconic symbol to tarot. I want to explore the different suits and how you can use them in your reading, adding to your tools when it comes to reading tarot. Like I've said in past videos, we don't want to get reliant on that little book that comes in the box, because that little book, well, it's not that accurate. As the original Rider-Waite that was brought out in 1910, that book did not correlate well to the actual drawings. There was a disconnect between Arthur Waite and Pamela Colman Smith there. So even in the beginning, there was some misconnection there. We need to use our intuition. We need to use our connections to our high vibrational support team to gain that wisdom, that insight that we're looking for. The best way to do that is to turf that little book and stay off Google, because Google has a lot of definition and meaning to these cards that may not resonate with you, which then causes a disconnect between you and the message that's being sent. The biggest way to read tarot, of course, is through that picture. What is the picture telling you? Then we go into those feelings and emotions. What emotions resonate with that picture? Those are going to be key elements into starting to work with your intuition, working with your clairs. That clairsentience or clear feeling, it's going to help you with your reading. Then we can tap into the symbolisms that occur in that card. And there are countless symbols, some more easily able to be seen than others. Of course, we have the infinity symbol. It's an iconic symbol that resonates with us. And that's the cool thing about symbolism. Depending on your culture, your upbringing, your background, those symbols can mean very different things. So, your high vibrational support team will know this and will innately know what the symbol means to you. So those are the two biggest pieces to reading tarot. And I know that we can easily second guess ourselves or start to have that self-doubt sneak in. So I'm going to add extra tools as we go along to support you in your reading. And the first one that comes to mind, of course, is the different suits. There are 5 of them. So we have the Major Arcana. It's about a third of the deck. And where the Minor Arcana is about 2/3 of the deck. So we have the Suit of Swords. Then we have the Wands. The Cups. Running out of table space here real quick. And finally, the Pentacles. Now, they all have very different energies to the suits. The Major Arcana, of course, you're looking at that major life energies, those bigger picture aspects. And when I say bigger picture, it's really a phrase. It's not an actuality. We do not have that big picture. We never will. The high vibrational beings, the universe, they see that big picture. We have a micro snippet of what is actually happening. But the Major Arcana are those major life situations and energies. They're the archetypes that govern the Minor Arcana. So the Major Arcana, there are typically 21 cards. Now, in any given deck, you can have deck-specific cards. And those are fantastic. I love them. They have their own energy and lore. And that is when you're going to need those deck-specific books. It's the only time you need it. Reading up on the card, reading up on what it is that the author and creator wanted to share. When it comes to learning, and of course, my biggest recommendation is learning from the original deck that most of these newer decks are based off of, we need to step back and away from that book. Like I said before, Arthur Waite and Pamela Coleman Smith did have a disconnect. Arthur Waite did have a big drive with the Major Arcana. It was his suit, if you will. He was very clear to Pamela Coleman Smith on what he wanted. So there is a bit more understanding of the Major Arcana. I'm not going to go into each card because, like I said, these videos I want to keep small. They can get really bogged down even with going through the 21 Major Arcana. Know that this is that bigger deck. If you will, it's got the energy of spirit. They all have a different energy and element attached to them. And there are many people who say that the fifth element in the deck is that of spirit. So, that is the Major Arcana. And because people really struggle with this, we're going to go on to the swords. Now, swords, they have the element of air, and they're based on knowledge. And I've said this in many of my videos. It's not the knowledge that people struggle with in this suit. It's the emotion that we wrap up in the suit, because we have emotion attached to that knowledge. That's why we struggle so much with this suit. Now, the swords in other decks can be depicted as many things. It can be depicted as air, it can be depicted as east, or any pokey, sharp object. Daggers, knives. We have that sharp, cold steel as part of this suit. And there are some people who like to associate this to the regular playing deck, and the swords, they're connected in with the spades. We have that knowledge, we have that air. When you're dealing with the swords, that's the energies that this suit provides. So, anytime you see this in your reading, you know you're dealing with that knowledge base. Then we go onto the wands. We're kind of going through the compass here. This can also be known as the south, as fire, as the wand. It can be a rod, a staff, a scepter, a club. And that's the playing card suit that this suit is associated with. We're dealing with that inner fire, that passion, that creativity. I like to think of this as a matchstick that's ready to erupt into flame, lighting your way. That's the feel that the wands bring. So anytime you get a wand, no matter what wand you get, you're dealing with that creativity, that passion, that willpower, that drive forward. And then we have, of course, the cups. We're into the west. We're into the water. We're into any vessels or cauldrons, anything that would be able to hold water itself. In the regular playing deck, we're looking at the hearts. And that's exactly what this suit is tied into. Emotion and intuition. Anytime in tarot or oracle cards you see that water, you're looking at that intuition. So this suit is based on that intuitive energy. It does also connect into that intuitive creativity and, of course, our emotions. And then last but not least, it's a suit that we can easily connect in with. And that's the pentacle. Whoops, we're at the north point. We have that pentacle, that disc, that coin. I've also seen it as stars. And in the regular playing cards, you're looking at that diamond. The energies that are associated with this suit, you have that growth and development, that earthy energy. We can use these little pieces to support us in our reading. Knowing what the different suits bring will support you in being able to read them more clearly. The energies, that direction that the suit inherently brings. Now, the minor arcana, that is 2/3 of the deck, or 56 of the cards, are minor arcana. Minor arcana in themselves are everyday aspects. And these suits, with the knowledge, the creativity and willpower, that intuition and emotion, and that growth, it hits on all aspects of life. Where you have the everyday aspects, the spirit supports in those bigger shifts and energies. Knowing these little aspects of the different suits will support you in whatever card you pull. It doesn't matter what Google or what the little books say this card means. The most important aspect here is, what do these cards mean to you? Because that is how you're going to connect into your intuitive energy, gaining that insight and wisdom you're looking for. The cards themselves, they're cards. The divinational aspect of this is connecting into your high vibrational support team, those high vibrational beings, to support you in the guidance that you need. We don't want to get wrapped up in what Google says, because I can tell you, Google is not connected in to the high vibrational beings as we are. This is about you and your reading, your understanding, not of Google and what a little book says. The most important aspect of tarot and reading is practice. Giving yourself time to explore and connect in with the different suits will support you in strengthening your reading skills. So, using your skills, your abilities to gain that insight that you're looking for. I want to thank you guys so very much for joining me today and spending a little bit of time exploring something that is very close to my heart. I hope that you found this video fun and helpful. And please don't worry, I will be bringing out a lot more of these videos to support you on your journey in learning tarot. If you like this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up. And of course, like always, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. There is so much more coming your way, and the best way to stay connected so you don't miss out on any of this insight, learning, and guidance is to, of course, subscribe to my channel and hit that little red bell. And, of course, if you did like this video and you want to support me in making more, I do have that Patreon page to support me in making more videos. I've provided a helpful link below, so why not go check it out? Until tomorrow, my friends.